some students feel like their voices aren't being heard, or that they don't have the right, they don't feel like their rights matter. They want to feel like their rights matter in a way where they can be heard.
And I agree with you, Sarah, that also if students have limited speech, then there will actually be more, I think, interruption in schools because they're trying to get their point across, but with their limited speech, then they're not able to, and they're not as focused on the learning and the teachers, then that way they would be more disruptive.
I understand where you're coming from, but when it comes to this, there are ways that you can get your point across and get your voice heard while avoiding, political, religion, sexual, things like that. That doesn't necessarily need to be a part of getting your point across.
And to add on to what Sam said, if they have like a problem, they could just bring it up with their principal or their counselor.
I agree with both of you saying that sometimes the free speech can be too far, but not all. You are pointing out cases where students are being very vulgar with their language, like using vulgar sexual language. But not all students are like that. As I stated before, the Tinker case, and also there are many other and such as there was a recent case about students who wore these certain bracelets to raise awareness about breast cancer. And not all students use vulgar sexual language to get their point across. Some students may feel that way, they need to use that, but most students are not that violent enough to use that kind of language just to get the point across.
Also,
I agree with you, but am I talking now? Okay. I agree with you. Wait, hold on. I agree with you that some students, they're gonna use the right to have unlimited speech, wisely, but there are certain students who will act out when given unlimited speech because they will be given more power to influence younger students by using vulgar language.
But this is okay, thank you. I agree with you that some students may use that, but this will also prepare students for the real world and show them that their rights, again I say their rights matter in a way that they feel like their voices can be heard.
Yeah. To add on to you, students, when they express their free speech, they don't know what the reaction is to be to other people. For example, the I can't breathe, maybe there's somebody that finds that offensive.
Yeah.
Adding on to what Sarah said, and I do agree with you that sometimes unlimited free speech can go too far, but at the same time, limited free speech can go too far in that students can't get a word in. Basically they can't voice their opinions at all.
I agree, but what schools are trying to do with having limited speech is keeping younger students from those kind of things, and students will still be given speech rights and they can still voice their opinions without being offensive or vulgar or using sexual language. They can do other silent protests that they will not be called out for.
And